This is a Grande Pacific production. You ready, Lee? And we're here at Lee Hehl's house this morning, and this is the
Twin City Rails.
Twin City Rails, and Lee is the owner of this great railroad. This is the St. Paul yard, probably the biggest yard on the railroad. This is, as you can see, is all Pico switches.
She takes pretty good care of us there. We missed her when she moved from the courtyard area. It was a little closer to all this, but I think it got brought out there.
Ton of great looking buildings.
I did migrate to the other
Great running equipment. I've operated here on at least 3
At
occasions.
least on Saturday and Sunday, it's not too bad pulling out there.
Great operating scheme.
Make a right turn and go down about a half a mile and try to shoot down.
And here's Minneapolis.
If you want to do the layout, put a bit on either the grain train or the coal train.
This is a town along the way. Now, the main line continues on around here. It goes into the tunnel, but we have in the island here on a branch is the ore docks, and I think this is Duluth. This was just recently completed.
Spotting your caboose down here would be a priority. Get that out of the way. Put it down here for the you're doing it.
Visual flight.
Evidently. So this is mine. You have to use the main sub that you're going to switch.
How you been, Joe?
Good, how are you?
You stuck everybody else with everybody else's cars.
That's right.
Well, everybody wants to gather here in a couple minutes. We'll go over a few things.
Coal operation.
This is Fargo.
So if you're going to do a coal train,
Leningham here.
Great switching in this layout.
it's up here in Whitefish, Montana.
Blair. Kevin Blair.
Maybe this is the judge.
Continental grain here. Got a lot of these buildings is used for different things.
It is that. And Lee is knowing somewhat of an extricated story of the problem.
And this is Minot.
I know about it because I worked in the produce department, groceries, and that was my college scholarship. And
Important point about this layout, and this is one which I believe paid a lot of attention when I was building my railroad. Notice that everything is an easy reach right out in front. All the cars, you don't have anything obstructing hands reaching back when you have to uncouple. They're uncoupling ramps in a lot of places in the back, so operations is extremely easy. And again, all the Pico switches.
We start. The refrigerator there behind Stewart's full of sodas, lemonade, ice water. Help yourself whenever you want. There's coffee also up there, and snacks. You came in through the shop. The bathroom is right over that way near the shop, so you need the restroom. For those who haven't been here before, the layout is summer 1955. I have one steam engine, but I'm pretty much diesel. And a lot of the engines have sound, as you may find out. I'm not using a dispatcher today. I've kind of, for the time being, gotten away from that. I may go back to it. So I have a single main line, so visual flight rules. If you're going to meet a train, meet them in a town, because I don't have any passing sightings out in the cornfield. So kind of look ahead to the next town. There's a train there working. There's 2 arrival departure tracks there, so it's a good place. And Spokane here, it's got a couple passing sightings. Using rail ops for scheduling the trains. Anybody not familiar with rail ops at all? We can help you if you have a question. Sometimes the printouts get a little bit repetitive. It looks like, oh my God, I've got a ton of switching, but sometimes it's repetitive. So don't.
Shouldn't you be in mourning today?
I am.
Mine are way here.
No.
Didn't go well last night, did it?
Went well for about 39 minutes.
Yeah, last 30 seconds. Staging, without bragging, I think I've got one of the better staging areas in northwest Arkansas. I've got 27 tracks under there. They don't all have trains, but one of the nice things with all these tracks, I use 2 tracks for a train. If it's a westbound train, it runs the layout, goes down below, and where I position it on a different track, the next time it's an eastbound train. And works very well. Maybe a hair confusing. The east end of my layout, as far as you can go, staging, is St. Paul Como Yard. That is staging. When you come across the bridge, you're on the layout, and the first town and yard is St. Paul Union Yard. So when you see paperwork, if it says St. Paul, you out and get you on the layout. I have one critical area over in the far corner over there. When you leave Minneapolis heading westbound or northbound, there's three main lines. Priority is east and west traffic, so if you exit off of that, set the turnout back for east-west. But if you're going to Duluth, you're going to take the northbound track when you leave and then set it back. Or if you're doing your branch line to Wayzata, same thing, switch it back for east-west traffic.
East-west equates with farther in that corner.
You're allowed to use little plastic tags to tag your cars, your pulls, or setouts. Some of the owners don't do that. I do, so there's little tags, and it just makes it easier, I think. There's picks around the layout. The clipboards, there's...
I saw motion on my iPhone, and I'm another big push.
This is a test to make sure that everybody is paying attention.
Today we're running the reefer special here, and on this layout, the big produce is apples. We're going to go switch all the apple loading facilities here in a little while. We came out of staging and we have come to the St. Paul yard, and we had 4 cars and we picked up 3 more. And we're continuing on now to Minneapolis. On this layout, from previous experience, he has had a dispatcher. Today, there is none. And it's pretty simple here. So it's look around the corner is the kind of the rule, and you check with the yard master before you go into the yard or try to make any moves.
You're sure welcome. Have fun.
And I'm coming up on that point now. Okay, so we're arriving here in Minneapolis, and we're going to pick up 5 more cars. which the Minneapolis operator has already got
I'm waiting in the yard.
staged for me right there for the pickup.
I have no idea. A little farther.
Oh, well, okay.
A little farther. There you go, you cleared. You want to keep you busy all night.
Oh, believe me, do one of these takes a while.
Well, and that's why, it's blocked so that,
So we're gonna pull up here so give him some room to put the cars on. He took the yard operator has taken my caboose off the end of the train and he's putting it onto the back end of the 5 cars. So when he puts the train back together, the caboose will be at the end. From the standpoint of operations, all these little tricks, and that's a simple trick. The first thing you ever do when you make a move anywhere on the railroad, and since all the modelers for the most part use cabooses, you got to think about where the caboose needs to be. First thing you think about. Now, if you're running real prototypically and you're not using cabooses, then okay, more power to you. But remember, the caboose creates another element. Okay,
There you go, my good man.
so we're all put back together. We're going to do our brake test here. Air up the brakes.
Nope.
And
I do need the north main line.
we're going to pull up here now. There's a train that's caught up right behind us, and we're going to let the other train go in front of us.
You let me pass?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Boy, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would?
I would not him, no. Trust me. Well, hi, Kevin. How are you?
You know Mike goes in one ear and out the other.
I know it does. You know me too long.
Much as what I say to you goes the same way.
What'd you say?
Exactly.
There was a
Two
little,
guys
there's a
on
face,
the
there you go, a little selfie there.
What'd you say?
Nothing. See? Goes right in one ear and out the other.
Like I told you this morning, you've been married longer than me in your life.
Well, okay. Shows
The-
it easily.
Great example here of what this hobby's all about. Okay, it's about having
It
fun.
is scary.
Other aspect of this move be taking place here now is speed. You know, think about 1 to 87 people. It ain't how fast you get there. Whoa, we got a classy unit, a little sound here. That RS unit's just humping there. Alright, here we go.
yeah, this is right enough. You have to make sure you're going to do this.
Right. So when I get over here, I'll throw the switch.
This will be a 2-part video. This will be the end of part 1. Part 2 will be posted on this channel into the same playlist.